You might remember me citing the Reset the Clock site, which documents the many people that are anti-fiction vehemently telling you that if you love anime, you are a criminal. But at the same time, those people were caught with actual crime. There are 207 people at the time of writing, plenty of which are prominent internet figures, including the Predator! Yes, EDP was anti-fiction, especially young anime girls, and he got caught diddling the real ones, as we all know. Well, did you know that there is an opposite version of this website? Yes, a Reset the Clock for pro-fiction people who got caught in 4K committing actual crimes. Finally, we got a definitive list of 155 people at the time of writing that are pro-fiction that are actual criminals. Fiction is not an excuse for your sick behaviors. I checked. And yes, both lists do cover dangerous people that participated in the fiction discourse. They were sorted in order of discovery, but they don't categorize them. So I scrape the data and make my own distinct categories that classify how awful these people are. They range from lolcows, idiots, trolls, to actual convicts. Straight up dangerous people that are harmful to not just children, but everyone else. I classify danger as anyone who has interacted with minors inappropriately or dangerously, both internet and in real life, especially if they have been convicted for it. If we look at the numbers, out of the 362 people that are on the list, there are 64 pro-fiction that I would classify as danger. But the anti-fiction? Literally twice as much. Twice. I'm not even joking. I checked the list multiple times. Out of 192 people I classified as danger on both lists, 2/3 of them are anti-fiction. 2/3. I find it absolutely astonishing that the number of people who are against depictions of young characters for gratifying purposes are twice as likely to be more dangerous than the people who are into them to begin with. How is that possible? Is it because moral hypocrisy were positively associated with narcissism and psychopathy? Is it because moral grandstanding in public discourse is always associated with personality traits of status seekers? You can form your own conclusions on that, but what is definitive is that what people think of fiction is completely irrelevant to their actions in real life. Pro or anti-fiction, they both can be criminals and dangers to children. Call them out when they act out. I checked the Reset the Clock list for the pro-fiction side that got caught actually being harmful to children. But while I categorized them with the list for the anti-fiction side as well, I noticed that the pro-fiction side includes a lot of people that play Roblox. About 1/5 of the people in there are Roblox players who behaved completely inappropriately in a children's space and in social media when talking about Roblox. Some of them are compilations of people that behave inappropriately in Roblox and outside of Roblox, but related to Roblox. There are two major problems with including Roblox in this list. First, Roblox is a separate problem entirely. Roblox is a virtual space full of real children. If you go there, you will meet real children. And that is not something that pro-fiction people do, because they are more focused on fictional characters that are not real. Not real children playing as characters in a virtual space that is real. Second, as I said, Roblox is a space full of children. Their demographic breakdown as of this year is about 56% under 17. That's quite a lot of under 17s running around that virtual space. So, there is a good chance that the people who were put on this list could also be under 17s pretending to be over 18s, being really edgy online and making adult jokes just to rile people up. In other words, bratty, delinquent, problematic children doing things they shouldn't be doing on their age. The same goes to Fortnite, Minecraft, or insert any children's game here. There's nothing wrong with playing them, but anyone should be aware that if you go to a public server of these games, children are playing them too. These people on that list are either adults that violate that space with their inappropriate and vulgar behaviors, which makes them dangerous, or children who make adult jokes and pretending to be adults for the sake of being edgy, which makes them just delinquents. Either way, they have nothing to do with the people that are into fictional characters. Just because they use the same terms as pro-fiction people doesn't mean they are associated with the pro-fiction people. So, including Roblox here is just guilt by association, and it is better to have them moved somewhere else for a separate issue, especially when the developers really have no idea what they're doing to make this place more secure. The Reset the Clock list for pro-fiction people has plenty of interesting discoveries and issues. The anti-fiction people are twice as likely to be actual dangers compared to the pro-fiction side, which is crazy for a side that is supposedly the good guys. Here are some more revealing data. In the pro-fiction side, around 41 of them endorse real criminal behaviors, like wanting to lower the age of consent, or thinking that being a criminal that preys on children is cool. Vile takes, honestly, but there is a good chance that most of them are just trolling or being edgy online. In the anti-fiction side, 40 of them do the same thing, but considering that they're the moral guardians preaching to protect children, the fact that they are against fiction and also got caught endorsing real criminal behaviors is way worse than the pro-fiction that already expressed their interest. Another thing that I can say to the anti-fiction side that I cannot say to the pro-fiction side, the anti-fiction loves to harass people. They send threats, doxes, encourage harassments, being bigoted to people, basically being unethical scumbags online, in the name of protecting the poor young fictional characters. Some of them send actual illegal content, and those I upgraded immediately to danger. What the hell is wrong with you? The pro-fiction side has AO3 on the list. Yes, the whole fanfiction website, because they had fanfictions involving real people that are not adults. In response, AO3 said they are technically legal. Well, I'm glad you know your law, AO3, but even if you are supported by the law, I'm still personally drawing the line on real people. One entry said that the Coffin of Andy and Laylee is a kid's game. No, it's not. It's a game featuring two adult siblings that commit all sorts of crimes to make sacrifices to demons. The whole game is riddled with incestuous undertones. This is the IMDb Parents Guide criteria. How is this game for kids? Bottom line, while both pro-fiction and anti-fiction people can be absolute vile scumbags, it is still the anti-fiction people that are twice as much of a danger as the pro-fiction people. Anyone can be a criminal regardless of their stance on fiction. But I welcome you all to check on the list yourselves. Draw your own categories, and you'll find out that the anti-fiction side has a greater chance of being more dangerous when they, in fact, shouldn't be. The existence of the anti-fiction Reset the Clock list shows that anti-fiction people are also guilty of the crimes they preach to other people not to do. But the pro-fiction list also feature those people. It's almost like people's stance on fiction has nothing to do with their personal morality and actions in real life. But for the sake of fairness, let's check out the most prominent pro-fiction figures that are actual criminals and are genuine dangers to society. Shadman. I've seen this guy making his adult content and putting young characters in adult situations, but some of them are not characters. They are actual children. He drew X-23 based on Daphne Keene's likeness from Logan. He almost got into a legal trouble for that. Absolutely vile. And that's only scratching the surface, but we got more. -8. I've seen a couple of -8 works on Rule 34 before. He's still here, and he does feature fictional characters. But the reason why he's a danger is because he literally confessed and expressed desire to put children in harm. Yup, straight to hell you go. Doron Tabi. He was apparently the first person who goes "Woo!" to any sign of a cute and funny young anime girl. And he was an artist for Blue Archive, the cute and funny game. He has 60 gigs of illegal videos involving children. Jail. Straight up jail. Mr. Cynical. This guy made a video called In Defense of Young Anime Girls. That video was removed at the time of writing. Anyway, he once shared feet pictures of his 11-year-old sister and said that it's not sexual. That is disgusting. What the hell is wrong with you? He also bragged about his antics in Thailand involving real young people and how much he used them for his own pleasure. He was also arrested for possessing illegal materials. You can look up and find his Canadian arrest papers. Jail, please. Chris Tyson, once an employee of Mr. Beast, likes young anime characters and shares adult content with not yet adults in the DMs. Lots of people already talk about this creepy and vile freak, and I marked anyone who share adult content to not yet adults as an actual danger to society. Jail. Enough said. There are a couple of articles that show people that got caught with real illegal materials. Yes, these people do exist. They have crossed that limit, the same way the criminals that play video games cross the limit to real life. That doesn't mean all the consumers of young anime characters or the people that play video games will definitely turn to actual criminals. If anything, based on my observation on both lists, it's the anti-fiction that are twice as likely to commit real crimes. If the anti-fiction people still struggle to find actual pro-fiction creeps, I got one for you today. Here's a book titled Impossibly Cute Boys, The Healing Power of Young Anime Boys in Japan. That's an incredibly provocative title for a book, but it's written by someone who loves young anime boys and not real boys, right? Unfortunately, no. The author of this book was also an author of a magazine called Destroyer, which, according to Wikipedia, is a magazine full of images of real young boys. It's meant to bring back the images of adolescent boys as the ideal gay culture image. Ah, yes, clearly the thing that LGBT community needs is more fuel for the moral guardians and homophobes. It's no surprise that the magazine received a lot of outrage from the community and people in general for putting children in absolutely inappropriate situations, especially when some of these children were from developing countries and had their photos taken without their consent. This guy, Carl Anderson, is an actual danger to the community, and as of 2 years ago, he's trying to hijack the anime community by identifying as a young anime boy lover. He's not. He's sick and demented. He also once wrote a PhD paper about pleasing oneself to young anime boys. Yes, he actually tried to publish a PhD paper about his date with rosy palms featuring young anime boys. And the academics are none too pleased about that insanely juvenile topic for research. What is wrong with you? What about the artist? Well, he is also a criminal. He has life-size dolls of young boys that he commits his indecent acts to. Hey, at least they're dolls and not real children, right? No! In all countries, including Japan, you are not allowed to have those kinds of dolls. The mere act of possessing those dolls is an actual felony, let alone producing them. So, you have a writer who once tried to hijack the LGBT community and paint them as genuine threats to children, also hijacking the anime community for the same thing. And you have an artist who illegally possesses a life-size doll that he committed his indecent acts to. It's no wonder why this person is called out by the community. This is what those internet vigilantes and moral guardians should focus on. People who have a history of being very disturbingly close to children and people who committed a literal felony. And that's all for the video today. Here's a cat. Huge thanks to all the wonderful sponsors this week. You're all fantastic. Don't forget to check out my previous videos here. Click the like button, comment, subscribe, join the YouTube membership, leave some tips, just $1 down below. And thanks for watching.